In today's episode of Crafty B's Fabrication Nation, I will cover everything you need to know about engine turning or swirling or jeweling. So stick with me, I'll show you how it's done. Hello, welcome to Crafty B's Fabrication Nation. On today's episode, I am going to cover engine turning from A to Z. So let's get started. So now we need to talk about actually what's going to put the swirl on our metal. There's a few different ways of doing it. What I have found works best and what I prefer are these brown Craytex sticks. They are a rubberized stick with grit in it. The brown is a medium. They sell them 1 inch diameter, 3/4 inch diameters. They work really well and they hold up. You just got to cut a small little piece off and then just chuck it in your drill press. That's pretty much it on as far as what we're going to use for the swirl. I have used this before. It works okay. I wouldn't say it works near as well as the Craytex, but you can put a piece of red Scotch-Brite on the end of a little dowel, something that I just made, and that's the same principle. So now that we kind of figured out how we're going to put the swirl on, we need to talk about a fixture. You could freestyle it if you want, but your rows will not be straight. And if you want that prism effect in there, these rows need to be as straight as they can be. So I've made this simple little wooden fixture, and all it is like a slide. It's about 1 foot square, paint stick. It's just nothing difficult. But what that does is it keeps the rows straight. So imagine this in your drill press. You're gonna come down, and this way you can do all of your rows. You get done with your row, you back it, and you just slide it over to the next one. Boop, 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 boop. Just like that. It keeps those rows really straight. And you'll see that in just a few minutes when we go to the drill press. So here is another method. This is kind of a big boy method. If you don't have a drill press, or if you're just doing a really, really big panel, this is just a piece of 2-inch railing, handrail, with a mandrel. It's just epoxied in, the red Scotch-Brite, a couple holes. I stand on this. You set it right on the floor, and you come in and you do your swirl. You come over, you do your overlap, just like so. Then you're gonna do your next row. It's the same process as what you're gonna see in a few minutes in the drill press, but this is just much bigger scale, or if you do not have a drill press. Now it's time to have some fun. I've got my fixture mounted in my trusty old Craftsman drill press. We have the brown Craytex stick mounted, and I have just a scrap piece of aluminum. Run that drill press or your drill as slow as you'll go. You don't need to spin this fast, else you'll get a burned swirl in the middle, and you don't want that. You want them nice and clean. We have to keep the bottom of that Craytex clean as well. So here we go. Just gonna start out right there, and then I just overlap by about 1/8 of an inch. I'm keeping a thumb on that guide to pull that piece of metal in to keep it tight to the guide, because it can have a tendency to walk off if you're not paying attention. We want to keep these rows nice and straight. Just like so. And it's all right to let her hang off the end. Just don't push too hard. So there's our first row. Now we're going to come back, move our fixture over. I'm going to have to start off just a little bit. I'll have to explain why. Because when we come into the next one, right there, we want to hit that crotch or that heart with our next row. Just like that. And then all you have to do now is watch for that heart shape and drop it in. Just like that. It's going to keep those rows really nice and straight. Once you get the hang of it, you can really get a nice rhythm going, and it won't take long at all to finish out this panel. Okay, there's 2 already. Let's do one more. What I do sometimes, I just pull this back, take your finger, rub on there. That's going to clean the gunk and the grit off. So here we go. Got to adjust our slide here. We want to just come into the bottom of that heart shape, hit it, and there we go. I got a hunch you'll be engine turning everything after you watch this video. It's fun and it looks cool. You can do it on little brackets, dash panels, anything. Well, not anything. All right, one more. I'm just gonna rifle through this last one really fast to show you. Start right there. Oh, gonna move it in just a bit, and bang. Just to show you the speed. This plywood fixture is something that you really need to take the time to make if you want to keep these rows straight. And that's what's going to make a really nice panel, is having them straight. So there, let's take a look. Beautiful, look at that. They're all in a row. When they reflect, you can kind of see rows like right there. And that's what we're after. Well, we engine turned a panel from A to Z, just like I said we would. We used our Craytech stick, we made a fixture out of wood, just some scrap wood, and we threw it in the old Craftsman drill press. So I hope that you found this video helpful, and you're gonna do some panels on your own. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. That's all I got for today, so Crafty B signing out.